Right, good morning everybody. It is currently 8:15ish in the morning. I'm looking very smart today because I've got my final interview for the Disney Cultural Exchange Programme. We're going to quickly take you back to 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when me, Gary and Emily, or Gary, Emily and I, met up at Hammersmith to take a look at the building and to have a few drinks and celebrations for getting through to the next stage. So we're currently outside Disney HQ. You can kind of see it in there, but you can't. So that's pretty useless actually, but there we are. And there's Gary. It's dark. I think we're a little bit early. I think we're 2 weeks early.
I think we're good. I think we're just eager.
Yeah, I know. So we thought we'd meet up a little bit, some London-y people who made it through to the final interviews, and go check out the place after a couple of drinks, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we're nearly here, so I'll turn the camera around in a minute.
Professional panning up.
Now it's working. There it is. And we took a picture too in the front, so picture noise. There it is. And there we are. Right, I thought I'd do a little bit of talking about the video that you just saw. It is now Wednesday, the 18th of October. Yep, that's right. And it is now 2 weeks tomorrow until our final interview. So tonight, Gary, Emily and I, Gary has a YouTube account, so link in the bottom below. We all met up in Hammersmith by the Disney Europe headquarters and essentially went for a couple of drinks in celebration for getting our final interview. So that's what you were seeing then. And we thought we'd go over and take a look at the headquarters and get a rough idea of where we're going to be going in 2 weeks. It was all very exciting and yeah, it was really cool. I guess I'll actually hand you back over to the main video now, which is actually the vlog for the final interview. Alright then, well, back to me I guess. Okay, now that you've seen that, we are going to talk about today. We are off to Cutty's Ark once again, and we're going to Hammersmith to meet up with everybody. Meeting the guys at Starbucks in the Hammersmith railroad station, at Underground station at 9:45 with the interview at 11. I'll try and get as much footage as I can and talk to you throughout the day about this experience. Right. There's Runner there. But yeah, should be really exciting, and I will bring you along for the journey. So let's head off to the tube station and take the long journey to Hammersmith. It's going to take much longer than it took to get to Epping, which is strange, but there we go. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Me again, obviously. If you haven't seen my pre-screen interview, which is me walking down the same road again, there'll be a link up in the top right hand corner now, so go give that a watch to bring you up to date with what exactly is going on in this experience. I've got to get on a different line now. Not the Central line today, Jubilee line. But I need to decide, do I go to Westminster and then change to a nicer train, or do I go to Green Park and change to a faster train? It isn't so nice. I don't know, but Canary Wharf is very nice this morning, but it's really busy. Fun fact, they filmed some of Rogue One here. I can't show you where because I'll be getting on the tube at that time, but they filmed a bit of Rogue One down here, so yeah, there we are. Fun fact. But look at how busy it is. So many people coming to work.
Stand on the points.
That was ridiculous. We stopped for like a good 5 minutes because someone was leaning on the doors. It was so cramped, so I'm just going to get on the faster train. Might not be nice, it might be a little bit busier. I just want to get off the tube. Also noticed this morning that it's really not socially acceptable to vlog during rush hour. I had some really, really weird looks. So I'll probably talk to you guys again in a bit. The next stop should be Hammersmith, and that's where you'll see me next. And we made it. Good, I guess. Pretty early though. This next bit's more for a following up vlog about how to get to the place and advice for the final interview, but I'll put it in there. So anyway, this is how to get to the Disney HQ. We just got outside. It looks cool. Gonna go sit in Starbucks for a bit and meet all the other guys now for a bit because I'm way too early and I need a drink. I need the caffeine. That was a hellish journey. Hopefully it'll be much nicer on the way back, but there it is. No, it's not. Oh well. Talk to you guys in a bit.
I just get I'm doing it on the classy iPhone because I have no money.
Yeah, we're just kind of... There we go, guys. So everyone is here now. Well, in our group at least.
Everyone listen to Gary.
Had coffee. Everyone else is logged in as well. So who's followed adult patterns? There you go. Video.
I've already filmed this way this morning though.
And we are...
I literally went on a walk and I've already filmed it.
Come on, guys, you've got
Oh, okay, you should probably walk up a little bit more. Less camera.
In the words of Troy
Yeah.
Bolton, we're all in this together.
And I'm going to stop filming that.
Everyone's going
And then
Are we vlogging? Are we?
I think well, there's like I don't know. I'm just gonna there we are. There's no no. And like that, we're done. That was incredible. I met with Sue. She is international recruitment from Florida, and she was absolutely incredible. I'm gonna head to the pub. I need a drink. But that was absolutely outstanding and it was wonderful. You can see the Disney offices behind me, which I'm walking away from. It was an incredible place, and the Americans coming over just made me feel it felt so real in comparison to last time. The Yummy Jobs team were incredible. I'll probably go into more detail about this when I actually get back to my flat later to talk about it, but it was awesome, and I'm so looking forward to the result. Hopefully it went well. If not, that was an experience in itself. So I guess I will talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, in a bit. Nearly back. Nearly. Back to there, you go back in Central again. You're feeling a deja vu, here. Feels like deja vu so much. Literally going to be a really quick turnover there because I'm going back into Central to meet Mike and Gary and a few others. I'm going to be so late. So you can see that I'm running at the moment. I've got to get back to my flat, got to get changed, then I've got to get back into Central before 4 o'clock to meet the guys because we're going into Madame Tussauds and Last Entries at 4 p.m. But it's going to be really hard pushed. So I'll talk to you again in a bit. Okay? Right, there we are. It's a bit of a weird angle, but it will do. All changed. Running back, well, I will be in a minute, to the tube station to get to Madame Tussauds for 4 p.m. So I'll try and get as much footage as I can, but my phone is dying, so yeah.
It wasn't
wasn't expecting to see this sportsman today, but my friend's about to first time showing you a bit.
Okay guys, so I am back from what has possibly been one of the greatest days of my life ever, I think. That was absolutely incredible. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what actually happened during the day. Apologies for also not filming that much. My phone died a lot today, so it's probably just lots of clips of me telling you I'm going to film stuff and then not filming it. And a lot of running because I was running late. Surprise, surprise. So this morning I got to Hammersmith at 9:15 and met up with a load of guys in a Starbucks. We were just kind of chatted for a bit and took away the nerves. We then went into the Walt Disney Company Europe, Middle Eastern and African headquarters in Hammersmith. We then got our name tags, picture here, and then had our photos with the Crystal Mickey, picture here. We were then called upstairs where Luke and Natalie from Yummy Jobs were waiting for us with a load of Star Wars figures and lots of posters and a bust of Walt, and it was just incredible and started becoming very real. Me again. You'll notice that I'm dressed differently, and this is halfway through the video. There's been a lot of time travelling in this video basically. This is now the day after yesterday's final interview, and I remember that I didn't exactly talk much about the office and Disney HQ that much, so I thought I'd give you a quick description about the kind of stuff that's in there and how it is one of the coolest buildings I've ever been in my life. So when you walk in the building, you've got all of the companies on the right hand side that are working in Disney HQ, and that's basically all of the companies affiliated or owned by the Disney Corporation. Then there's a desk with the big Walt Disney Company sign on it, and that's where we signed in and had our bags checked and got our little badges. Then in the corner of the room there is the Crystal Mickey statue. This is a Mickey statue covered in crystals in a glass container. Everyone was having photos by it, it was amazing. One of the coolest things I thought about it was when we were going upstairs, the side of the banister of the staircase had like little Mickey signs made out of metal on the side of it, and it just, that small bit of detail made it incredible. We went up onto the first floor where there was a big lounge where we were waiting. There were TVs showing Disney Channel and Disney movies and all of that. There was a huge bust of Walt. There were huge signs for the new Thor film because that's what's recently come out, and Marvel is owned by Disney, so that's appropriate, I guess. There were lots of photos of lots of the animated classics on one wall. There was huge Star Wars stuff on the other side. The room we actually had our interviews in was very bland. It was just a big conference/meeting room with lots of tables, with one interviewer at one end and one interviewer at the other end, but the door was covered in stars and it still had that Disney feel about it. So I'm going to hand you back over to George from yesterday, who will continue on with talking about the interview, I guess. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put this in the video yet, but I just thought I'd talk to you about how amazing this office was and how I want to get the opportunity to go there again. We were then introduced to our two interviewers. Ronnie, who is head of attractions over in Epcot. He's responsible for the pavilion attractions, including Frozen Ever After, and Sue, who is one of the heads of international recruitment. She was the one that interviewed me, and her job is to basically travel the world recruiting people like myself, if I'm successful, to go and work in Florida. One other really cool thing that happened today was that Sue, my interviewer, on her computer had a Mickey Mouse shaped and Disney themed mouse mat. It's not important about the video, but I thought I'd say it anyway because it was really cool. We started off talking about my course, how it links to wanting to work at Disney, and then how my job links to it, and talking about my job. I'm going to do a proper video on what actually happened and giving advice if I am successful. I basically just spoke about the same sort of things that I said in my pre-screen about heights, working with children, all of that. Lots of smiling and loads of questions, and she was just really pleasant. She sat, she listened, and she was just, both of these guys were so nice, and the officers were just amazing. We then spent a bit of time in Spoons afterwards, a couple of celebratory cokes because I wasn't drinking today. Basically just spoke about what actually happened, and everyone seems to be on the same page. Well, we're not entirely too sure, but we are happy with how we did. We then ran home, as you saw, and then we went back out, and Gary, because he works for Merlin, got us into the Sea Life Centre, and we basically just wandered around there for a bit and then wandered along the South Bank and came home. And it was just an incredible experience. I am so grateful. If I do not make it, that experience itself today was absolutely outstanding, and I'm going to try and keep it cool and not check my emails every 5 seconds, but we know that's not going to happen, and we'll find out at some point between mid-December to the very latest 5th of January. So it could make or break my Christmas. We'll see what happens. It should be noted that character attendant was no longer available as a role choice this year. I don't know if that's going to be the same in future years, but for this year, no international program people will be character attendance. So I kind of hope you enjoyed the video today, giving you a bit of an experience as to what happened. If you are going to be going through a final interview in the future, if you're watching this in years to come, good luck, and hopefully this gives you some advice. So thanks a lot for watching as always. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it, like it as well if you enjoyed it, and give us a comment. Talk to me about how your experience was and if you enjoyed it, but definitely subscribe to see all of the future content coming in. A couple of advice videos about the earlier stages are going to be coming in again soon, and more vlogs in the future if I am successful. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next video.